Greetings, I'm Casey Holdahl, Trailblazers.com. He is Lamar, Hurd, Trailblazers TV, and this is Doing the Right Thing Matters, presented by Les Schwab, where we're looking back at some of the former players in Trailblazer history, seeing as how it is our 50th anniversary season, and comparing them to some of the current players on the Trailblazers roster. Today, we're looking at two of the best two guards in Trailblazer history, Brandon Roy and CJ McCollum.
Oh, man. Okay, just looking at some similarities between the two of these guys. Both masters in the mid-range. Get to that mid-range game, shoot straight over you. With Brandon, with his size, he could just bounce right over you, and his athleticism as well. And then CJ, would you say more elusive, left to right? Maybe
not as big of a body, so not able to maybe use his body as much, but both guys incredibly crafty. Brandon doing it more with kind of tempo and rhythm, whereas CJ is just a ball handling impresario, basically. His shakes and his shoulders, it's like they're moving in different directions all the time, and it makes it really difficult for defenders to stay in front of you.
While I don't disagree with any of that, wouldn't you say CJ a little bit bigger and stronger than maybe people would realize?
Absolutely. CJ calls himself big guard. Like he is when he finishes through traffic and he puts the flex up, what he's saying right there is big guard. I'm a big guard.
Big guard, man. B. Roy. Gosh, I knew the NBA was going to have problems with that guy back in the college days. We'd go against him in college, Casey, and he would develop something to his game.
I don't want anyone to get the impression here that I was doing anything close to that in college. Lamar, as an Oregon State Beaver, really giving Damian the work.
But he would add something to his game each time, and the post up came into play, and at that point it was done. Yeah. Then the 3-point shooting, just really put everything together. And both of these dudes, you can just give them the ball and then give them space, and they can just go get you a bucket.
And playing at your own pace and your own rhythm. That was kind of one of the things that people always talked about with Brandon, is that he was never rushed, never hurried, didn't ever seem like he was concerned about the time on the clock, that he just did what he was going to do. Yep. CJ, a guy exactly the same way. A shot might not go in, but CJ is going to play the exact same way. He's going to get into his motions, get into his rhythms, get to his spots, and he's going to raise up.
And there's a skill in that, because sometimes people can misinterpret that for guys who don't care.
Yeah.
And not playing hard. And I don't think anybody with any type of basketball knowledge would ever make that argument on these two, because, they're playing plenty hard. They move at their own pace. They see the game differently. With Brandon, like in today's game, imagine him shooting the three more freely.
Yeah.
So the 3-point shot would be even better with CJ there, the athleticism. I think CJ, people who don't know, who haven't seen some of his college highlights, and CJ used to dunk on people.
Yeah.
On the regular. So he has that athleticism.
They both have that full extension dunk too. You put the arms out all the way.
All the way out.
CJ, a bit of a reluctant dunker, but definitely a guy who can do it. Brandon was as well, a guy who, not a guy who made his bones at the rim necessarily, but a guy who would uncork one every now and then that would kind of
just to remind you. Just to remind you.
And CJ finishing with one hand in traffic with that floater.
Off either leg. Same hand, same leg.
Yeah. Just an incredibly varied skill set, which was exactly the same thing that Brandon Roy had. Brandon Roy might have played 1 through 4 if his career had been able to continue. Yeah, CJ definitely more of a straight 2, but again, guys who just crafty and able to just get you off your balance and to use that to their advantage at every single opportunity.
They both can teach a clinic on how to get to your shot whenever you want.
Absolutely. And when you're doing those things, when you have that right mentality that allows you to play at your own pace and play at your own style, it really allows you to really excel in a league where, it's always changing and always growing. And you mentioned skill set, needing to add something to your game every single year, something that Brandon Roy did, something CJ McCollum's doing now.
Yep.